And so for those of you who have joined our demo days in the past, you know that next we're jumping into web development. So I'm going to take a minute to talk a little bit about our web development bootcamp before we dive into the pitches. Our web development bootcamp is also 9 weeks, and as opposed to the data science bootcamp, they are building web applications. So our students, when they graduate, can build full stack web application. What does full stack means? It means that they can work on the backend side, so building all of the logic of the web application, as well as on the front end side. So the beautiful front end you will see tonight have been built with technologies such as obviously HTML, CSS, for those of you who know their front end technologies, as well as JavaScript, and for some of them, Stimulus, which is a front end JavaScript framework. Awesome. For the backend side, we've been teaching them Ruby, which is a very popular and Japan-made programming language, as well as Rails, which is the most efficient web framework to build web application. I believe we're ready to get started. The projects that you're going to see over the past or the next 5 presentations have been built same as data science, as teams of 3 and 4. They build those projects over the past 2 weeks, and without further ado, let's see what they can do.
Hi, my name is Kenji, and today I would like to introduce you to this app called AllyMaps. This app is a trip planner for people in wheelchairs. And we've been working on this app for the last 2 weeks, and it was pretty intense. And after this demo day, I think I want to get a break a little bit, and I think I want to plan a trip. And I want to take my family and also my grandmother. So my grandmother is 86 years old, and as she gets older, it has become harder for her to walk. So when we go out, we use a wheelchair. And I want to plan a trip around Tokyo, but to be honest, I don't know much about places in Tokyo that are accessible for wheelchair users. So let's find out using this app. So let's search around Tokyo, and let's see what we find here. And I think my friend Yuki told me that there was a nice museum around Shibuya. Let's see. Oh, and also I'm renting a car to drive her around because she's in a wheelchair. We don't want to, we kind of want to drive. So we want only the places that have priority parking. So we filter that way. And let's find the museum that Yuki was talking about. Maybe that one? Cool. Huh. So it's called Nezu Museum? Let's see. Let's find out. It says most accessible. And what kind of place is that? It's got a Japanese garden. That's nice. And just in case, let's check the reviews. The accessibility rating is 5, and looks nice. Let's add this to our itinerary. And I'm creating a new itinerary called A Trip with My Grandma. Yeah. Cool. So let's find another place. I think my friend Juso told me about a place around Shibuya, about like a theater or something, like Japanese theater. Is that it? Oh, no museum. Oh, sorry, no theater. Let's check that out. Have you guys ever heard of the Japanese word no? It's a play, a Japanese traditional play with like music and drama and dance, kind of. So it's kind of like a musical. And I think it'll be really great that if I can see that show with my grandmother live. And also it says, this app says it's fully accessible. And it's got parking and toilets. That's nice. Let's add this one too to our itinerary. That's nice. And one last thing. I think my friend told me about a park somewhere around there. Oh, is there a park? Oh, it's called Ryogi Park. Let's see. It's also mostly accessible. And because my grandmother, she always stays at home, like even during the day. And I think it'll be nice if she can get some air and get some sunlight. So, and since it's got parking as well, let's add this place too. Cool. So now we have our itinerary. Let's check our plan. And in our plan, we are visiting a museum and a theater and a park. But if you look at the map, I think it makes more sense to visit the park second because it's in between those two places. So let's visit the museum first and then the park. Maybe we can do some picnic and have some lunch in the park. And then in the evening, maybe we can visit the theater. Cool. So our planning is done. And so fast forward a week after the trip. So we've been to the trip and it was fun. It was awesome. My grandmother loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. And I think she especially enjoyed the theater one, the Japanese traditional one. And the show was great. The show itself was great. But not only the show, but also the staff at the place was so helpful and so nice. So I think I want to let the community in this app know that it was a good place. So I want to write a review about that place. And it's asking how accessible was this place. It was totally fine. We had no problem. So let's give 5. And also the show was great and it was fully accessible and the people were nice. Yeah, let's send it. Cool. And here, one last thing. There's one last thing I want to do here. And we visited the museum in the morning, right? And actually, right next to the museum, there was another museum about an artist called Okamoto Taro. And maybe you have heard of it, maybe you haven't. If you see his artwork, maybe if you see the picture, maybe you'll see it. And my grandmother is a huge fan of him, and me too. And because it was like a 3 minutes walk away from the first museum, so I just pushed her wheelchair and walked to the museum. And it was nice. The artwork was amazing. It was interesting. And it was also fully accessible. But it was not on the app. It was fun and amazing and accessible, but it was not on the map. So I want to let the people using this app to know that there was this place and the place was amazing. I want those people to visit this place. So let's add the Okamoto Taro Museum to this app, and the name is Taro Okamoto Museum, and the place was very fully accessible. And it had multiple accessible toilets. That was impressive. And also it had an elevator and all the floors were accessible. But to be honest, because I walked to the museum, I don't know about the parking. So I think I'll let the other people or update the data, update the info. Cool. And also I took some pictures. Let's upload it. So those were the artworks of the Taro Okamoto, and let's post it. Cool. So now we have this place in the app and everyone can see it. I hope more and more people visit this place. So we made this app to help let people plan a trip to the only accessible places. And we truly believe that everyone should be included. And we also hope that our app is helping the world become more accessible place. And also for the last thing, I want to thank my team today. Luis, Yuki, and Chirso, they are amazing coders. If any of you are looking for someone to hire, just hire them. They were great. And also my teachers, they were amazing. But last not least, I want to thank this person called Josh. He's someone in a wheelchair, and he gave us a lot of inputs about the wheelchair users. But at the same time, he's also a founder of accessibility-related websites. So he also gave us the insight from the founder point of view. So thank you, Josh. Without your help, we couldn't have done it. Thank you very much. And also, you guys, thank you for listening.
So let's welcome Bora on stage for Will.
4 years ago, I went to my friend's funeral. Her death was so sudden. It was accident. She went hiking alone and fell over the hill. One day, she told me that she wrote and updated her will every year. That time, I thought, oh, I'd better make a will as soon as possible because I don't know where and when I might die. But somehow, I felt death so far from me. Thinking and talking about death is not so easy. Why am I so afraid of the last day of my life? Here, some issues we must think about, like medical issue. If I, if your brain is badly damaged, do you want life-sustaining medical treatment? If I in unconscious state, who will speak to my doctor instead of me? Kind of issue we must think about right now before this bad thing happen. So this website help us to think about it and found your own answer. Today I'm going to create my will in front of you, and I'm ready. So here, let's begin an easy question. What words best describe me? I think I'm fun, I guess. And let's ask some people. Shingo, what do you think? What kind of person am I? Fabulous, thank you. Oh, what's up? Hi. Fearless, thank you. And Yuki? Friendly, thank you. Okay, that's 5 words quite enough for me now. And next. Yeah, let's get harder. So what is my best memory? I have been in Kurikomayama with my friends 2 years, and it was fabulous, very, very beautiful mountain. And I can upload it the picture that make me always laugh. Yeah, it takes a little bit. And what is the last song I ever want play for me? It's a really hard question to only one song, but BTS Save Me is definitely should be on the list. So it's a tough one, tough question. It may sound like a strange question, but funerals are very, very emotional ceremonies. So one person is my mind, Chris, not our Chris. Yeah, one other top one now. Is there anything you always wanted to say but couldn't? I would address to my ex-husband. I would say thank you for everything, and I hope someday I would send this message to him. Yeah, actually. So let's get hard, tough. So how would I want to be cared for if I were persistent unconscious state? If my brain is badly damaged and my memories are gone and I can move by myself, I don't want it anymore. So kill me softly. If I became too sick to speak for myself, um, my best friend Sumire can speak for me because she is always trustworthy. I trust her with my life. Yeah, and about donation or organ donor, actually I have never thought about that, but it's quite good thing to help someone after I die. So yes. Yeah, and the last question. And what happened to my body after I die? Natural burial, I could pick. So you can see all my answers here. And here you can share, I can share if I want in Twitter. And I would pick this unconscious state question because I want to share my opinion about that. And I want to show reaction, how the other people think about this. And I hope that more people talk about this. And now let's create a wheel. So how much I have money is definitely under $500,000, and my money should be given to my best friend because I don't have partner children, and I want to do something good, so I will donate to the violence against women, and it should they get half of my 60% from my property. So here I can see my will, and then if I want to, I can copy it and I download the PDF and then I copy it and leave it at home. Or I can send someone who I trust. So I will send this will to Sumire. Then she receive my email. So he has sent it, and she received my email. Then if she accepts, she can access to my will online as an executor. So let's go to the dashboard. Here I can edit or update anytime. Yep. And then below the wheel, and we have so much wonderful article about the death and funeral, and yeah, everything about death, and yeah, it's a kind of good information about to think about this my funeral and will. So now, am I less of scared of my last day of my life, or am I more comfortable to talk about death? Yes, I am, and it's a good opportunity to think about your life and your post life. So I believe after the Corona pandemic, we are yeah many people like me feel a little bit closer to death. So it's a really good opportunity to think about that. And I hope I want to invite you everyone to this wonderful website to think about your life and find on your answer. I highly appreciate to my fabulous team member Lena Bronten and Chris lead dev. And I'm extremely grateful to Ayanori, Colin, Gary, Ocean, and Louis, Truny, Doug, and Jan. Thank you so much.
Cool. Without further ado, let's welcome Shinji on stage for the Ronin.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. My name is Shinji. Nice to meet you. And I'm a photographer. I've been living in Tokyo for about 5 years now and working as a photographer. It's a lovely city. It's very inspiring. A lot of places to see. And actually, I know a lot of cool places. But one of the hardest part of being a photographer, maybe some of you guys don't know, but it's actually finding good locations to make a photo shooting. And well, for example, next week I have a photo shooting to do for a fashion company, and one of the requirements is it has to be in a rooftop. So it's of course Tokyo has many rooftops, but it's hard to find one available. So luckily I found this app called Ronin, and they help photographers to find new locations and new angles. So I think it's very inspiring. So I want to try this. So let's take a look on the app. You can see there, Ronin, discover new places to take your photos. Let's see what do they have for us. Recommended and trending. Let's see. All right, there is one nice one. Ally. Okay, I can't see what I really want here. I want a rooftop, so I'll try to make a search. Okay, so we are in Tokyo, maybe for our fashion company. They're pretty fancy. I think Roppongi might be a good idea to look for. I'll try to look for Roppongi. And we can search by category. So let's try rooftop. They have rooftop. Oh, that's nice. Very good view. I like it. And there's a nice rating of 4.8, I guess. Okay, what else do they have? There's another one, 4.3, evening rooftop. All right, I think I'll try the first one. Better review, so let's see it. Whoa, amazing shot, night shot. I like it. And there's a map. Wow, that's useful. So I know exactly the location they took the photo. And let's see if they have some good reviews or they do. Yeah, they do many 5 stars, 1 4 stars. I think I like this one. Very promising. There is a way to add to a list. I'll add to a list so I can go there later. I can name this Supreme 2022 and add to the list. All right. Now time forward, and it's the big day of the photo shooting. So I will take a look on my list so I know where is the location. There it is. All right. I can get the directions. So let's get the directions and go to the place. Brings me to the Google Maps. Easy. All right. 1 hour. And time forward again. We did the photo shooting. Everything went very well. Good photos. I'm very satisfied with the results. And I enjoyed using the app. But one interesting thing is, just after the photo shooting, I was going back with the model and all the team, and we found this very interesting location. It's an alley. I never saw that one. And I tried to find it on the app, but they don't have it. So why not add and maybe can be helpful for next other photographers. So let's add this one. We can call it hidden alley, I guess. And we can say it's an old alley. Yeah, it's very traditional looking. I like it. And the address, let's do it Roppongi, Tokyo. All right, let's add this one. We need to add a photo as well. So I think I took a very nice one. Let's add the photo. The first one there. Yes, that one. All right, there we go. We have our location and the photo, and it's in Roppongi. So I had a very good time using the app. It was very helpful. I could find a nice place, and also I found a new place that I had never been before. So I really recommend you guys to use when you go for a photo shooting. And thank you. Also, I want to thank my team, Nana, Harry, the King, Celso, and also all the Wagon teachers and TAs and everybody here. Thank you very much.
Let's welcome Ed on stage for Nurture.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Ed, and as you can tell, I love tennis. Who loves tennis here? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. The French Open is currently on. Please go watch it on television. Despite my dapper appearance, I'm a full-time professional tennis instructor with 20 students under my guidance. As part of their lessons, I always like to share feedback with them at the end of their training. A mutual friend of ours, actually, is also an actual professional tennis tutor with around 15 students under his care. And he likes to distribute his feedback in a paper form like this. But to be honest, in order to properly record and track feedback, this kind of method is really difficult. I can't begin to tell you how hard it is to write and to read handwritten writing in red ink under my lamp in the dark. However, the physical form's real disadvantage is the inability to provide visual data on each student's training progress. And he really needed a way to chart this data. However, luckily this year, he has been using the Nurture platform. And it's really helped him to consolidate his feedback notes, allow one-on-one private conversation, and plus give him some much needed data visualization on the progress of each of his students. So I'll show you one ongoing example of a tennis student, Shingo. He's already passed his beginner course and now he's moved on to the intermediate level, which is fantastic. This training course we've actually created, designed specifically for him. Every course is designed specifically for the students and they all have targets. Think of targets as kind of like signposts on a roadmap to guide the student in mastering the overall course. Shingo is no different. He really needed practice on his service ace and return ace. So those are the targets that we've set for him. He won't be able to do this overnight, however, so the initial target success rate is set at 30%. So that means if he can demonstrate 3 perfect serve aces out of 10, he's ready to progress to the next step in the course. Ever since we started this course, we have been recording the results of each session as a progress point in the target. Compared to the paper form before, we can now see every progress point recorded on the dashboard graph, as you can see. However, at this moment, it seems that the last several training sessions, his service ace best score is only 24. Okay, no, that's pretty good, that sort of thing, where his target is actually supposed to be 30. Still 6 points below expectation. So rather than waiting for the next training session, let's get him set up with some self-practicing service aces right now. So this is where the homework feature comes in handy. For the instruction, we'll ask him to practice his service aces repeatedly. And we'll also give him a tutorial video from a fellow trainer called Steve to hold his hand until he's finished with his homework. We'll also set a pass or fail checkpoint for him as 8 perfect attempts out of 10, so around 80%. And knowing Shingo's average improvement rate in the past, we're confident that he'll take around 1 month to accomplish this. Great, so let's punch that in. Once the homework is given, Shingo himself actually gets an alert that a new homework has been created for him. And if he has any questions in regards to the homework, he can always get back to us using the chat box. Okay, all right, he's already come back with a question. In response, I'm going to tell him that this is the only assessment he needs to worry about right now. And as a way to get him started down the right path, because starting a homework assignment like this is a little bit daunting, we'll upload a video for him to watch as an example for improvement. So as you can see, he tosses that ball up and oh, marvelous, magnificent. So a month has passed, a month of focused training, of sweat, blood, and tears. Shingo has shown a lot of positive improvement. And he's been devoting a lot of his attention to mastering his service aces. Other trainers have also noted that they are more crisp and on point. He's also been participating in a few mock tournaments, and we're glad to see that the homework we've given him. Oh, right, okay, no, that's fantastic. Hey, an alert has actually come in saying that his homework has been submitted. So let's go over and let's check that. Brilliant. So that's the report for his homework. So we've actually have a look over it, and yeah, we can see that he's understood the core concept of why his service ace was so off last month. So as it's been completed to a satisfactory degree, let's close that piece of homework. Bang, done. Okay, great. So he's doing his homework. 2 months of training have passed, and we're recording his progress yet again. Thanks to his diligence, he's got a progress point score of 31, just beating the target of 30. Excellent. This is great news, since it means that because Nurture helped to highlight the weakest areas of his training progress, the response homework and focused in-person training is returning real, tangible improvement. So to sum up, I'm really glad that Tutor has helped Tutor like me in our training approach, and it's superior to the paper form in every way. We finally have a running record of sessions from students training and from studying the visual feedback from the progress results. Now we can make wise decisions about their training decisions. So I wholeheartedly endorse Nurture to all private tutors out there that are looking for a platform to help nurture both your tutoring approach and your students' progress. So I would like to thank Nurture's magnificent development team, lead Dev Shunjiro, lead front-end Shingo, lead back-end James. Please stand up, guys, if you aren't already. This project would not exist without their, thank you, without their tireless effort, sacrifice, diligence, and ingenuity of the past 2 weeks. Thank you very much to the teachers and also the TAs of the Wagon. You guys have been absolutely invaluable. Every iota of success we receive from here out is devoted to you all. So thank you very much for tonight.
So I hope you're ready for our very last pitch for tonight. And for this pitch, we're going to welcome Kyle on stage. Kyle, this is going to be your mic. And let's welcome Kyle from MedRec.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyle. Thank you for joining us tonight. So recently, I've been having these really severe migraines, and every day it's been getting worse and worse. I think it might be from the stress for the last couple of weeks, but I can't really say for certain. And I've been taking a lot of painkillers. I've been trying to sleep more. I even tried a concoction that my mom recommended, but nothing seems to be working. So unfortunately, I think it's time to go to the doctor. Who here likes going to the doctor? Oh, okay. All right, awesome. Unfortunately, I don't really enjoy it, but I especially don't enjoy the waiting and check-in processes. It always takes so long. And a big reason for this is all of the forms that you have to fill out. There's a lot of information, and it's very, very time consuming. If you also go to a different clinic, sometimes they ask you to fill out practically the same form with similar information, like your personal information, what allergies you have, your blood type, things like that. I once went to 3 different clinics in the same day, and the forms were practically identical. So it was very repetitive. I just kind of wish that this process was a whole lot easier. Luckily, I stumbled upon this app called MedRec. So MedRec is an app that can easily store my personal and medical records, and I can easily share and update these medical records, or the doctor as well. So this app also has a calendar function, which it can help me organize my events, and also a map feature if I ever wanted to search for a new clinic. So I'm on my way to the doctor now, and I just want to check my personal information to make sure everything is up to date. Yep, okay, it looks up to date. I'm still on the Japanese public medical insurance system. So now I'm on this train, this really, really noisy train, and the headaches are getting worse. And I arrive to the doctor's office. The first thing he does, he asks me to fill out this form. Now, I don't think I can focus on writing because of this headache. So what I'm going to do is just go into new form. And I'm going to choose a condition. And the condition is going to be headaches. This is a group that I created in all of my medical records. So it shows all of my past medical headache history. And I can either take a picture of the form, but this is a clinic that I've been to, and this form is practically the same. So I saved it and I'm uploading it. So now all of the information that was in the form, well, actually a lot of it was filled out for me. This is great. So it saves me a lot of time. There is some information that's still missing though. So I'm just going to type in the symptoms that I have. And I'm just going to put severe headaches and dizziness. And it started around May 1st. It's been like almost a month. So this is great. So now I go to see the doctor, and the doctor is asking me for all of this information. He has the option to print out the information, but what I really want to do is scan the information via QR code and upload it to him. I can even give an access key for more security. This is great. Now the doctor has all of my medical records, and this is actually a new doctor. So he's asking me if I've had situations of severe headaches before. So now he can go into some of my past history and open up one of them and see all of the details. And he can even see some of the images that I've attached. So I actually had some CT scans done in the past. And this will help him with his diagnosis for today's visit. It's great. So now the checkup is done, and the doctor is going to update the medical record with his diagnosis and his prescriptions. And the doctor told me that I actually have a low blood count, so that's the reason why I've been having all of these headaches. And he also prescribed iron tablets for me to take. So now I'm left the doctor's office, and on my way home, I decide to go into my app and check my medical records for that visit. And now I can actually see the updates that the doctor has given. And this is great because it actually helps me remember his results for that checkup and also the prescribed medicine as well. So I was really happy with this visit. Things went a whole lot smoother. And I think the doctor was also pretty happy because it just streamlined his process as well. So, you know, I'm really excited to see where MedRec goes in the future. And I highly recommend this app to anyone who would like to make their future doctor visits a whole lot easier. Thank you, everyone, for your attention. And I would also like to thank all of the teachers at Wagon, all of your continued support, all of our classmates as well. Thank you very much for all your help. And a special thanks to my team, Azat and Devin, who made the magic for this app happen. Thank you.